And we're off. Yo, so I'm just gonna try to get through the face capture or motion capture using your iPhone inside of Unreal Engine. So one of the first things you're gonna want to do, and I'll leave these links that are in this document. These are the main links I sort of use to learn all of this. So shout out to all those YouTubers and places that made it easy. So we're going to use the Live Link Face app for this demo, which is that blue one there. And then I'm just going to click on that. And then you're going to have to download this. But then the next step is going to say is select your capture. So the first one is Live Link AR Kit or the MetaHuman Animator. We'll do the MetaHuman Animator in a different video. So for this one, you just hit continue, and then immediately it's going to put like a face mask over your face and start to little map, or you transfer the data, collect the data, and it'll say live at the top. So it looks like that. But when you have it faced at you, you'll see that it works regardless if it's connected to Unreal Engine in the moment. And then in the top left hand corner, there is a gear. We're going to press the gear, and then we're going to go to live streaming. And then under live streaming, there's like a subject name, so you can name your phone. And then there's also right underneath that, it'll say add target. And you're going to want to just add the target, which is the IP address that the computer, which is running Unreal Engine is using. So, and then to get to the IP address that both can share. So your phone should be on this network. And so your phone should be and your computer on the same Wi-Fi. And then we'll use the prompt command IP config. And then that's the IPv4 address. That's the IP address that we're going to put into Live Link. And your computer that is running Unreal Engine will also, if it's on the same network, it will already be set to that IP address. You're really only adding the IP address for your cell phone, ideally. So that should be pretty easy. Make sure it's an open network. If you're like on a school or at a work or at, I don't know, a coffee shop that doesn't have an open network, it might make it difficult for the two to sync. But if it's an open network, like your home internet or something, or ways for you to both connect to it, it should be pretty easy. So once that's set, you can pretty much just click done. There might be one other setting, I think. Oh, head rotation. Click the head rotation button. If it's like your first time loading up, you'll definitely need head rotation. And then done. The rest you can set on your own. So you should have downloaded this by now. And then the next step would be getting into Unreal Engine. If you have not installed Unreal Engine, then you'll want to install Unreal Engine. I would say like version 5 maybe, or one of the higher fours, just to make sure that it uses Live Link. And then when you start a new project, after you get Unreal Engine installed, you're going to start a new project. And I would pick one of the blank ones. I think like the third person for this tutorial is pretty good space. Also, this one works pretty well, the film video / live events, which I think I'll do that one this time because it's kind of clean just the way it works. And then I'll just put in mocap face test. Also, while you're setting all this up, it's a good thing to just close Live Link. After you've already set those settings, it's going to remember them. I say this because my phone, in the last time I tried to record this, my phone started to overheat because it was just waiting. And then 20 minutes later, I linked the two, and then it's like, oh, it's super hot now. So while you're waiting for the Live Link setup to be complete, like for the first time when you're doing it, I would just do that first stage that we did and then just close the app and let your phone chill out, because there's going to be a few steps before we actually can get it to work. But after you have it for the first time, then you can just leave it on, because it's only going to take a second to like refresh these settings for a new project. All right, so 50, and then I'm going to hit create. So it's going to create this project. Also, Another thing you can do while you're waiting for things to happen is we're going to be using metahumans. They do have preset metahumans, like little factory ones that they sort of built already that are ready to go, basically these people. But if you want to use your own, you can launch the app in the web browser, and it's all connected through the Epic system. So the same password that you use to log into Epic Games will work for the launch of the MetaHuman creator, and then you could design your own MetaHuman. And then when you're inside of Unreal Engine, it's across the same platform. So when you log into your account, you can just download the MetaHuman you've been working on, which is also nice. So you could be like designing your MetaHuman just on the web platform remotely from anywhere, as long as you have Wi-Fi. Okay, so let's see. Let's go back to Unreal. Unreal, the first time you install it or set up a new project, it's going to take longer to run through like compiling all the shaders. But then after the stage is done, like there's oftentimes you have to restart, similar to in the rest of this tutorial. So you will then find yourself doing the restarts a lot faster, but this first one is always going to take a bit longer. So we'll start back at the beginning. Like I said, I got some links to some cool people just on YouTube that have like suggested how to use the perception neuron 3 like bodysuit and sort of getting that going. And then there's also for the face cap, there's some pretty quick tutorials here on how to get the face motion capture running pretty quickly on your system. Yeah, it's been pretty fun just to get these up and running. Let's see if Unreal still got a little more time. So I'll play another video. It's from like the other day with the full body suit. So I'm really excited to connect the two together, the full body and the face at the same time with the mouth moving. But I felt like, though some people might say this is still just like early mocap, I was pretty amazed. I mean, coming from like a video editing background, being able to like work with the character in this way is really cool. Most of the things that I film are very much just like everyday real life. So it's fun to have these spaces to sort of play, even if they might not make it into like a piece that I would show as like a documentary or an artwork of mine. But maybe in the future, once I'm more hip to this style of working, maybe that'll change. So we'll try to get to that, but this is an animation from Access Studio. Then I sent the data over, or you can live link the data. Maybe I am live linked right now because it's kind of open. So I'm live linked to Access Studio. You can see right there, and that from Access Studio, it's streaming that data into Unreal Engine. So you'll be able to do that. That's a MetaHuman right there. So we're just in real time, unfortunately, waiting for these to compile. But those are the links that I have in here, so you can put that together. And then remember that there's the live link, and I'll go over the live link one more time while we wait. It's got a few more shaders to go. So on the live link, you're going to download from your app store live link. It's going to say live link Arkit, the original capture mode for live link face. So this would just use the information from like that AR sort of kit from Apple. And then you can also take raw video and do like sort of like a optical / data and raw video sort of form of using the MetaHuman animator. So that one's pretty cool, but it's like a lot more steps. So I think we'll start with this and then move to the next one next time, because I think it'll actually give us like slightly better tracking than this, and allows you to like manipulate the faces a little better. And then once you're in, it's going to start tracking immediately. You'll see like a grid over your face. And then if you hit the gear in the left-hand corner, Uh-huh. Then you can go to live link and then you will see add target and then you can add a target. So I have a bunch of IP addresses in there. Add the target, and you get your IP address from over here. We got our command prompt, IP config, and then we're going to take this one here that says the IPv4, and then you'll put that in. So you'll see, boom, I got that IP address. And then that IP address will then connect to Unreal Engine. So then once Unreal Engine finishes compiling these shaders, I'll be excited when this is done. Then we'll be able to. So, like I said, if you hadn't, you could launch the MetaHuman app. Yeah, there's a few versions out there, I guess. Oh, wow. All right. Launch the MetaHuman creator. They're going to launch that. We're going to wait for this. And this is happening in a browser based system. The LODs looking good. Well, while that's loading. So there you go. So once your suit is fully connected in Access Studio, then you'll be able to see yourself here and then stream the data over and then throw it out into the mannequin there. And then with the head, like harness, I guess you could say, with the cell phone in there, that would be like tracking your mouth movements at the same time. Or you could separate the two sections, but I think similar to what Farley was talking about, those a lot of the movements and things that you make happen in real time. Oh, I think we're in. All right, this is great. Cool. Yes. Wah, wah. We did it. All right, there's the take recorder. We don't need that till later. So now we got to do a few more things. We're going to go edit, plugins. We need to establish that we're using Live Link. Live Link is actually already set up in this one. So that's cool. That's great. And then let's see if there's the AR kit. Oh, great. So it saved us a couple right there. We don't have to worry about that. And then we're going to go to this plus symbol that's right here. And we're going to grab Quixel Bridge. Quixel Bridge will allow us to get to our metahumans. We could go back, see if our metahuman creator came up. Oh, this is sweet. So yeah, my friend Missy did this character. So there you go. So you can see like my metahuman, and then you can like make different changes to this character. Just super cool details. And you can mess with like face and all sorts of other stuff like that. So pretty cool. So that's Lucy. Da, 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 da. Then let's go back. So now when we're here, we could go my metahumans. My metahumans appear. There's Lucy. And then we could choose different qualities. So I could say high quality and then download. And then while it's downloading, uh, you do need to add at the end. So I always try to remind everyone that even though it can seem like downloading it means it should be in the project, but that's really just downloading it, and then you still need to add it to the project. So yeah, we'll wait for that. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. If not, I might have, let's see if I have a metahuman in here. Nope. Oh, there we go. It's going now. All right, so it's just a slow start. Hopefully it'll finish up there. So here we'll recap while that's going. So if you just got here, you would be like plugins. We need to add the live link because we're using that. That's how we're connecting our phone to Unreal. So just click live link, and then the other plugin that we need is the AR kit because the AR kit is what is sort of powering or capturing the movements of the face. So here it is: support for Apple's AR kit, augmented reality system, support for Apple's face tracking features. So we need that to be able to like sort of translate the data they're using. This library. Oh no. Hopefully this doesn't make us wait too long. And then usually after you've selected both of those plugins, if I had actually selected those plugins, it would prompt me. Let me see if I can make it do it. If I click this, probably yes. See, it'll say restart now. So I unclick that. So you would get that normally when you go to live link, and when you set up live link, it's going to say like any of these live link ones, right? Yes, restart now. So what I usually do is I'll set up live link, and then I'll set up AR kit, check the boxes, and then that down here will keep saying restart, and then you do a restart now, and then it'll do a fast restart. I think this is the highest quality, always takes a long time to download. I should have probably done the medium. But maybe there's some other things. I could set up a camera in the meantime. So let's set up a camera. So there isn't one here. All right, so if, let's hit play. Let's see what happens. Oh, something's wrong with my world settings. Game mode. Oh, this doesn't even have a third. Okay. Whoa. Well, this will be the first person in there. So let's edit, Windows, cinematics. Uh-huh. Uh, camera out. Oh my gosh, we're just over half. But basically, what I did is I added this cinema camera actor here. So we have the camera, got a little, just like a little foreground object, could be literally anything. And I like having the camera there because it just makes it easy if I need to like see what it's going to look like. I mean, you can't hit G to throw it in like this game view, and then F11, I think, throws you sort of into a view as well. But sometimes it's nice just to be able to click on the camera and see what it's going to sort of look like. See if I can maybe tone down the world brightness. while we wait for that to download. Totally bummed I went for the really detailed one. Shouldn't have done that. Outliner. What other lights do we have here? Cool. Uh, okay, I think it should be ready. Oh my gosh, so close, so close. There's just been pumping on this model. All right, Control D, duplicate that. Also, with the camera, it could be nice to find like a good focal length. So you can like sort of switch to these like prime lenses. And then usually you just need to like refocus them a little. Yeah. All right, so right here you can like switch the snap size to nothing or one, get like a real good smooth move there. Oh my gosh, are we ready yet? What did it go backwards? Hopefully it's like just finishing or something. So yeah, so we got that sitting there. Looks like we're pretty much ready to go. Got our game person element here. So that's pretty cool. See if I can get that to look a little better. Oh my gosh, we're almost there, y'all. Right here. Oh, did it? Oh my gosh, did it restart on us somehow? What is happening? Oh my goodness. This is painful. I'm gonna have to cut that out. No, I'm presenting. But that's fine. We can do that. We can make that happen. So, yeah, usually at this point, you got your camera set up. You could put your person right in there. Hit E, rotate, rotate. Let's see, go back at our camera. And then I like that because you just click, even if you're just like here, you just like click on the camera and then it brings up like sort of that camera view, but you can still see what's going on like in your scene with all your pieces. And then you could hit G to take everything away, but like still hit this, right? So I feel like that's pretty helpful. Are we gonna get lucky? 92, 93, 95, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. So the highest quality, definitely gonna take some time. Then we add that to the project. This part's pretty fast, which is a blessing. After that, You're gonna get a little prompts. It's in the game. That's all that means. You can close Quixel Bridge. These warnings just enable missing. All these, it's just telling you some things that it needs to make everything work. But you can just enable them so that they do work. And then it's going to ask us to restart. Woohoo! Restart. Restart now. Save selected. These restarts are usually really quick. I'm going to close these. Metahumans, crazy looking sometimes. They're so real. And then, like I said, these compiling shaders sometimes goes a lot faster once you've already set up how you're going to make the project, or maybe it's not going any faster. I can't even tell. Well, since it's doing all this, let's do it one more time. So the first thing you're going to do is install Live Link for Unreal Engine. There's some background papers on it here, and then you would just go to the App Store, download this. This is free. You're going to then add your IP address by using this and doing IP config. This is the one you need. You're going to type that into your application, which is Live Link. Live Link is going to ask it, you're going to use the gear in the upper left-hand corner, and then go to live stream, add target, and then you would add those numbers to match your computer. Your computer and your cell phone need to be on the same network. And by them being on the same Wi-Fi network, then it will allow you to then match the same IP address. So really, you're only really updating your cell phone because your computer is already on that same network, if that's the case. And then from there, you'll notice it's already working. And then we're just going to go to the software side of things. So I close this out because if you're still setting stuff up or waiting for things to render, you don't want it to sort of like overheat your phone by the time you get in. And then you also always have the option of, oh, we're in. Cool, great. So now that we're in, control spacebar, it's going to pop up this menu. The project is out of, oh, whoa, not now, I don't think. Then we have our metahumans. Bring Lucy in. All right, there's Lucy. Perfect. Sweet. So we got this. I might rotate it one more time. I don't know. Cool. Almost there. Cool. So we got that going. Face is going. We're going to go on to Lucy. We're going to go to details. It's going to say when you click all, if you have any of these other ones, it sometimes seems hard to navigate to, but the live link is underneath here. And then live link won't be here if you didn't install the plugin. Then we are going to go to the phone. And this is the reason why I say you can wait kind of till the last minute after you set it up. You're going to click the live link, but then the second you sort of connect it, now it's going to show my phone. So once again, inside of the app, I'm going to click on live link. It's going to say live link Arkit, which is the one we're using. Second, we turn it on, it goes live. And then now under live link, which is under Lucy. So we're going to go back to the outliner. We're going to click on our MetaHuman, just highlight it, edit, or go over to the details tab, make sure that you're on the top level of the hierarchy, which is self, and then make sure it's clicked on all right here. There's a lot of different ones, and for some odd reason, none of the other ones show the live link setting except for all. And then we're gonna then at this point, our phone is on and broadcasting. So then now the live link has now been moved. And then you need to use Arkit face. So yes, and now I'm on. Bring my camera back. And we're up and running. I'll zoom this in to the 85. So, yeah, so once again on this plugin, hit E. I'm gonna rotate them a little bit. All right. So the next step would be if you wanted to record a take. All right, let's back up just 1 second though. So we added our MetaHuman, that was control spacebar. I added them into the scene. Now they are in the scene. Under outliner, if you click onto your MetaHuman and then go to details, and then here with these different tabs, you're going to want to go to all. Then that's going to show your live link. It makes sure you're on the self of the hierarchy. So this is click self, which then brings up live link once all is selected. And then we would select our phone because our phone is broadcasting on the same IP address. So it's going to show your phone immediately. And then you just need to click use Arkit face, make sure that's checked. And now you're running. And then if we go to Windows, cinematics, take recorder, bring up the take recorder here, and then we're going to go to add source from the actor, the blueprint of Lucy. And then if I click on this in 3, 2, 1, it's going to start recording this actual face data. Bring back up my close-up cam just by using the higher outliner over here. All right, and then I'm going to stop that recording. And then at this point, actually, now that I'm just going to put this down. I have a little spot here. I can prop it up. So then now if we look around, let's see here. So we have, go back to our details. We're going to click all outliner. This is on our camera. So there we go. So we're going to move back to our MetaHuman details, root. This is us connected. I'm actually going to disconnect because I've already shown you this. So next we're going to just work with that recorded file and just show you one way to kind of use that when you're not actually streaming the information. So we're not going to use Arkit. So at this point, I'm actually going to shut it off on my computer. So now I'm not streaming, or on my cell phone. So I'm not streaming any data from the phone to the computer anymore. So now what I'm going to do here in the hierarchy is move down to face, which is set up to the use animation blueprint. And instead, I'm going to use animation asset, and then animation to play. I am going to choose right here. It says, oh, sorry, my face is in the way. When I click on here on animation to play, then there's my animation right there. There's the animation sequence 1. So now Lucy is ready to perform. So if I play here, actually I need to bring up that sequence. So hold on one sec. Here it is here, the level sequence 101. So now I can play this sequence next to, and it's going to show you that this is like the Lucy from that sequence. So now I just turned off the one that we just stood in, and here's the one from that sequence. Whoops. So now I just hit play. So now Lucy is playing back from the sequence of what I recorded before. So that recorded sequence is now playing back. Here's like the timeline for how that is going to work. If I want, I can switch to my cinematic cam, bring that up here in the outliner. And if we want to run it again, just hit play. Could also edit this. So now maybe it just does this. And then the next thing I could do is say I want to go record another take. So now I would go back to turn back on. Well, actually, I don't even need to turn that back. I could turn this back on. Let's not worry about this take. And then under our original one, we're going to go to details. We're going to use Arkit. And we are going to open up FaceLink again. Hit continue. And then we are going to add source actor. We got Lucy. Lucy's playing back from the one before. So now we need to go to face. Face is still running this animation asset. So we're going to switch to use animation blueprint. And now it's back on my face. Using my cell phone because I had to just reset those settings. And now this is all set up. So now Lucy can do another take. So then we'll hit record. 2, 1. All right, so now I recorded that take. And then same thing, we can back ourselves out of this by going to Lucy details, turning off this. Then we will go to face. Instead of this, we're going to use an animation asset. Now we have a second one. We'll use this one this time. Now that's ready. And then for this outliner, and then we are going to hit play. So there it is, assigning and not assigning the animation of the character to the different scripts that you want to use when potentially using the AR kit as a way to do face capture. And then that could be combined with other motion capture data, and then also being able to like record some takes um in the sequencer. So then, right. So then there's our takes. So we have these different sequences inside of this folder. So content, cinematics, takes, the day of, and then we have like this level sequence, right? So then all of a sudden now, but similarly, we're going to have to decide which ones, because it's going to like activate that character because it's all like baked together as like one animation. So sometimes you have to move the other characters out of the way as they appear within the layout. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna stop here, and I'll leave the links that sort of help me get to this sort of understanding of how this works. I'll put these in the information box at the bottom, and yeah, just drop me a note if you have any questions. But I think we just tried to take it slow, one step at a time. And I think that's like the best way to like get very comfortable just doing the same steps again and again to get like different results, but maybe different. I think, especially for someone like myself that comes from like a video sort of background where the work environment doesn't have so many check boxes and ways to move around. I think the system is actually pretty smooth that I can have like my cam phone hooked up to the computer, pulling data, and then decide like, okay, I want this scripted part or this part, and interact with it differently. And then you can always start over just by like closing the software and trying again, or loading up a whole new project. And then I think if you definitely want to save some time when loading in your metahuman, last thing, when loading in that metahuman, do remember that like, you know, on the first couple tries, you don't need to bring in these characters as the highest quality. Like the first time, maybe you bring them in at the lowest quality so that you can just get everything set up. And then when you're actually going to build that actual scene that you love, then you can bring the person in at higher quality, especially if you're building them on like the metahuman site. You can even tell here this metahuman uses grooms, which means that like the way that they did the hair when in like the sort of grooming section, or the way that the hair is groomed, might have a different use of like sort of the higher end LODs, which is going to make your machine run even slower. So I think when you're getting started, a lot of times, as you can see, like I was pulling down like the low quality renders of these for different projects that I was working on. which just made it that much easier to like get started. And then after everything works and I'm building my actual environment, all right, let's bring in the high quality one, because you saw how long that takes to like, render out and just download. So, and generate that character. All right. So that's all I got. Thanks so much, y'all.